All right. Ooh, that wasn't interesting. It brings the little... Okay. That's interesting. Filters. We're gonna make some changes here. I did a little bit of changes on a couple things here in the stream, trying to get things working just a hair bit better, but I'm gonna try to add a crop here. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hello. Welcome. And just get rid of that. Oops, 75 for now. See if that works. Hey, there we go. Now we don't got a little bar that pops in there. Actually, and our character's a little bit high now too. Get him adjusted. Oh, I also figured out this morning when I was messing around before the stream started, I could just move this guy around wherever I want. I want to put him up here. I can hide him behind this. Just have his little feet popping out the bottom. I forgot that I can do a bunch of those things. Depending on my layers and stuff like that. I can put them move things around wherever I want. Even my little animated guy here. Alright, now that I'm done having fun. Oh, he's still too high. Check. Make sure he doesn't bounce too high. We got a little problem there. There we go. Hey, got it fixed. Yeah, now we're stabilized. Welcome to the stream. How about that? A little bit of fun at the beginning there. My name is Tahoe Anime. I'm an author, illustrator, artist, extraordinaire. I don't know. Things. I do lots of things. I've been doing, I'm on episode 153 here of our art streams. Kind of my 1-year experiment, trying to see if doing this type of thing, doing it consistently, doing very similar, artwork to style stuff, if it resonates with people, if it's interesting, if we can get actual book writers, authors, illustrators, creative peoples in here, talk about things, participate in stuff, build a little community kind of thing. Just trying to see what our options are, what's going on. Also trying to help fill a little bit of a gap here in my area for those people looking to become authors, illustrators for children's books, kids' picture books. Sharing resources like the Sierra Arts Foundation and the Sierra Arts Literary Community, our little meetings, the SCBWI here in Reno, Nevada, those type of things. Trying to see if there's interest, see what the passions of people in the community and stuff like that. Trying to generally just be hopeful for those things, and at the same time documenting basically this process. So over the past year, we're almost at a year here. We've got 3 more episodes and we'll be at officially 1 full year of doing streams 3 days a week. But yeah, documenting the process from beginning to end so far of book 3, which is coming out here in July, on July 22nd. Our book there that's up on the screen. Actually go in, make it a little bit bigger so you can see. Yeah, we designed 99% of it right here live on stream. All those old episodes are over on YouTube as well. So if you would like to go back and watch those and see the development and the changes and time frames of those things, it took me about 6-7 months to get all of this tidied up and ready to go. That's not including production, promotion, sending it off to the printer, getting sample copies, then we have to do edits and final revisions and things like that. So all of that is on there, but I'm just saying, like, 6-7 months is about the time frame for creating the book by myself. So luckily I already had the story written, give or take. More like I had the layouts and stuff like that kind of ideaed, figured out. So and then going through, and that's a beautiful thing about doing your own self-publishing, is that if you start to move along through and realize that something doesn't make sense, or you're running into an issue where it's not flowing correctly, I can change it. So yeah, hopefully this has been fun, educational, informational, interesting, any of those things. The plan is to continue to do this, but I know, talked about even on last stream, going through, once we hit episode 156 and really looking and reassessing what we've got going on here in the channel, what days we're on, how much time, what the overall information about all of that it looks like and stuff like that. Kind of give you all, we're all gonna go look at the breakdowns of things and see what's going on, and go from there. So yeah, that's the idea. All right, the crazy thing is like I don't think I'll stop the streams for any weird reason. Like even if this was not doing much, like most of my days I'm sitting here working on all of this stuff anyway, so why would I not stream it and catalog some of it? I don't know. But today we're gonna work on, I got a couple things in my head, in the background, going on at the moment. One of those is KidLit Thursday, which is coming up actually tomorrow. So at the beginning of every month, the first Thursday of every month, over on Blue Sky, and I think there are some that pop up in other social media locations, but Blue Sky seems to be the main one where they've really built a great little community. And we've shown it a couple times here on stream, where I post my KidLit Thursday post, and then we go through and look at other people's posts and look at the artwork, look at the artist, look at what they're putting out there as far as information, whether or not they are represented or looking for representation, how to get in contact with them, what type of projects that they would like to work on, and that goes for artists, agents, kind of across the board there. So it's a cool little place to look. It's a good resource to have. If you are a manuscript writing author for kids books or anything like that, and you're looking for artists, that's a good resource right there. And you can see, the styles that people are working in, and possibly, depending on how it goes, especially if they're repped or something like that, if you have representation as well as a author, you might be able to push a little bit and see if your publisher will use them or whatever like that. But it's just another great resource, especially in like my case for self-published authors. If you are looking to connect with a illustrator, it's another good resource to have. So, but we're going to work on my post for Thursday here. This was last month's. It was kind of around the time when we were getting the ball rolling on starting the promotion for book number 3. And I am by no means a strong promoter in anything. I do not have a marketing degree. I'm like barely scratching the surface of probably what I need to be doing with a lot of this stuff. But yeah, doing my best, trying, seeing what I can get figured out. It's hard. It's not easy. So kudos to the marketing agents and everybody out there. Your connections. But yeah, book 3, we were announced. We're getting ready for all of that stuff. So that's why I was like, I want to put together KidLit for the book that's coming soon. So today I have an idea. We're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit more fun. So, or have a concept of an idea. Also, I love when I get to work on stuff like this and I get to put the characters in. So this is a real life photo that I took of book number 3. I did a little photo shoot here at the house, putting this all together, and I love mixing the real life stuff and the characters here, because they have a very much a cross, I don't even know, cross-dimensional, multiversal beings. How about that? Is that a word? Multiversal? I always think like my thing is like Deadpool. They're self-aware that they are in stories, that they also have interactions with my real world and stuff like that. So we're kind of connected across those. So it's always fun to bring them into little pieces of the story, put little shadows underneath them, like they're actually standing there and stuff like that. That's always fun to me. I like that. Okay. We need to, we're gonna need a background first. Oh, that's a good one too. I forgot about that. A couple ideas. Let's put that there for the moment. Do I want? Hey, thank you, Sunny, for putting your points towards our assistant Sora for her special treat. We should be getting close. Yes, we're at 89% completed with our challenge. We need about 3,100 points to get to our 30k, and then Sora gets her treat. So it is the hardest working assistant in the business. As she's passed out on the floor behind me. Let's see. I want to go to... do I want to do... I was thinking about doing... We don't need the shadow. So KidLit Thursday is kind of a... Oops. It's kind of a space where you can promote some of your, like your artwork. I don't want to say show off your talents, per se. I'm still sad about that. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry it didn't work out last night. We tried. Some BS. Yeah, you must have been just AFK long enough for at one point that even when you started moving around again, even on the camera, it was just like, nope, dude's already gone. Because you know how Destiny is when you're in the tower and you just leave for like 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, come back, and then somebody starts a new activity, it kicks you. So it feels like one of those instances. I want to do something. I've got this image here with the 2 cats and a bunch of books. I don't know what the quality on this one looks like. I'm going to try and see what happens. We have to resave that one out. No, that's fine. That should be good enough. Kind of thinking of an idea like this for KidLit Thursday. I need you and Vern to get this done. Vern, the Stratmaster. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She don't play around, friend. No, I'm glad she got it because I know she's been wanting to do that, and we've attempted a couple times. So I'm glad I was able to pull it off at the last second there. Just barely get those. I mean, it took some time, but we got that. But even like when we did it with Ichabus, we got, besides us falling to the pit of doom there at the end, we were right there. Like it's doable. Now that we know the mechanics and stuff like that, I think that's the thing. Like even with the raids and everything else that we do, it takes time. It takes time to get it figured out, and get teams to work well together and stuff like that. So, yeah. I would say the three of us are okay players. Like we're not by any means high level, like a ghost guy or anybody like that can just carry people and just be like, I'm gonna take on 3 jobs at once, and be like, all right, dude, you're carrying way too hard, but okay. So, but I think we did good. I think we did fine. We did the things. Is the end literally kill the night that goes between? So there are literally 2 nights. So when we were playing, I was, there are 2 of them, right? One is up on the top pedestal way up above, and he's shelling down on you, while the other one is unshielded down below. And they swap, I think they swap positions? No, I could be wrong. I would have to look at it again, but essentially there's one in the normal realm and one in the shadow realm, and you have to chip both of those 2 down and kill them, and then you get to go on to that last part where I think the big dude teleports down and he tries to chases you out of that room, and you have to close up the door. That's the whole piece of that. So like I was chipping down that dude's health on his, what was it, the second bar down to the last bar, and then it swapped to the shadow dimension, and I had to do it again. I had to chip down the bar from this all of the second bar down to the first bar. So I think those are 2 different bosses that you have to kill essentially. No, that's okay. So I thought that too. But when it became painfully obvious, because I was by myself, I was just like, and I was chipping this dude's health down. I'm like, I gotta get him down to a 1 bar, and then I was like, cool. And then we swapped over to the shadow realm, and he had 2 bars again. I was like, oh, this is not the same. This is not the same character. So essentially, you're killing the same dude twice. But that's the whole encounter. I thought along the same lines as you did. I thought, oh shit, this is the same guy. We get him down, and then the big dude comes down, and we have to wail on him, kind of thing. And that's not the case. I was gonna say, go back and watch the video, but I realized we weren't streaming that. No, unless they do something weird with the when you swap from world to world, it could be the same character, but they both have 2 different health bars. That would be weird, but I can't put it past Bungie with that, so. My reference was like the Corrupted Strike with the Ogre. Yeah. I'm unsure. I just know that I had to go through 2 sets of... I basically had to chip down 2 sets of those bars to get down between both realms. But it was also weird because when I got... Yeah, it's weird. Because when I did get to that last one, and chipped him all the way down to 0 health, then I was just like, oh, it's going to switch me back over to the shadow, and I'm going to have to chip this guy back down to 0 health. And it didn't do that. And then we went into that final stand, whatever thing, run out of the room and close the door thingamajig. So I'm really unsure. I just know I spent a lot of time with primary ammo just pelting that dude in the face for 23 points of damage every pellet. That's what I was doing. A lot of time on that. $30 is nowhere near enough time to do that activity. Is it 30 minutes for just the and then our lives go away? Yeah, for the timer, right? For the lives timer. Yeah. I think they said they're changing that, didn't they? I know they said that they're going to be starting people with more lives right off the rip, which doesn't mean anything because the champions, there's so many champions in that you get max amount of lives anyway, so that doesn't matter. Giving us more of those doesn't mean anything. It's just literally the tankiness of everything. Yeah, the lives aren't the issue. That's what I was thinking. Do I want to? Yeah, I'll do this. I think that's always the issue that I run into with some of these dungeons and stuff like that, is just the sheer tankiness of stuff. I don't want it to be easy by any means, but maybe it was just the fact that it was just me. That was the that's what was taking so long. I think if the three of us would have been pelting at him the whole time, it wouldn't have felt so long. But I did get to do the heroic moment and save the run essentially on that. So it does give you those moments. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I'm proud that I was able to do that and get that, and Vern actually got her setup stuff. I wish you would have gotten yours if it wouldn't have kicked you out. And I would, the freaking right there at the end where jumping up to those stupid tubes and falling and dying, that pissed me off too. The tankiness is fine, just don't take the lives away. Put the points to 0 and call good. Yeah, maybe that. Well, especially still keep the idea if all 3 players die, then it resets back to orbit. Like I'm okay with that. That makes sense. That's a fair punishment for all 3 people dying. But if you've got one person alive and is able to hold the line in certain ways, you should be able to try to continue on through that. That's also fine. Yeah. I think, yeah, the three people splash damage dying is definitely, this is like, yep, no, that's a reset. Just take away my hard-earned lives. Well, I think it feels bad too, because in a situation like we were in at our last run, where we were literally just trying to jump up to the next platform, and I died, and then you died, and then Ichabus died. It's just like, and we didn't die from an enemy killing us. We just died from slipping and falling. And it's just bad. I don't know if that's bad design or bad. I don't know what part of that is, but it feels awful to. And maybe they need to make some of those areas not be darkness areas. I don't know. Something about it. I don't know. I think that's always been part of my gripe with some of the Destiny stuff, is just some of those decisions. I don't know. Maybe that's just lack of skill then. I'm just... Okay, so maybe this is it. So we've done it a few times now, and each time we've gotten closer and closer, figured it out. And that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, you're supposed to go through an encounter, fail a bunch of times, have to start over, learned a little bit from it, made mistakes, change your loadouts, go in again, do all that. Like, we are following the exact process that they've asked us to follow and done. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a skill thing or if it's just time and practice. Are we being impatient? Because I was uber patient there at the end, being like, I'm hiding behind this brick the entire time. I'm not moving. There needs to be an extra tentacle up there or something. It's very confusing on how to get to the last platform. Yes, I agree. I think that even when we got to that one section where the blights, we had to jump on those blighted balloons or whatever, that was very unclear when we got that. Once I saw those three going up there and there was another hole way up high, I was just like, oh, that makes sense. This would have been nice to have been a little bit clearer on part of that. But yeah. But you're right, that those tentacles are weird, because even with my jump, and I've got a pretty good jump for the Titan, like how much of my jump I actually have to use to get to that one is almost 90%. So even if I want to shut it off and try to save some just in case I miss, I only got about 10% that I can possibly redirect myself. And that's not enough to really like hopefully catch myself. I mean, like, small possibility. So yeah, it's like some of that is a little bit design wise, and maybe we'll have to look around a little bit. Maybe there is a better way and we just missed it. Missed it on that other section too. Maybe Ichabus was right. Maybe we needed to go through and do a couple lower end runs, see what the actual level itself looked like, and then attack the big one, kind of get a feel for it. I always think about this stuff, and I'm like, maybe we did part of it, like I said, backwards in a way, where we rushed to do. We're so powerful everywhere else that we just rush to do the hardest thing, And we're like, oh, this will be no problem. This will be a breeze. And then we get stomped on, and we're like, why is this so hard? And we didn't actually take the time and the patience to go through and like figure it out the right way. I don't know. I usually go into, I blame Vern. I blame Vern too. No, Vern's fine. She don't did nothing wrong. Reset. I'm still flabbergasted that we didn't we hadn't taken her in to do that dungeon yet. I swear to God, I have like memories in my head that tell me we did, but I am 100% wrong. I'm just glad she wanted to run that, willing to put stay up late with us and do it, to be honest with you. It's not often do we get a Vern to stay with us on that. So I ain't gonna be mad at her for it. Okay, maybe a little bit, not too much. Just a wee little bit. I've never finished that activity before. I've done it on a lesser difficulty, not on that hard of a difficulty. Ooh, I know what I want to do. It's similar to the other Dreadnought thing. Sunny with the evil. Why are you being evil, Sunny? Let's see. Security notice. Apple Pay charge at Apple Store has been flagged as unauthorized and please be put on hold. If you don't recognize this transaction, please reach Apple. Blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure that's spam. Delete report. Did y'all watch Sony's State of Play? Yeah. Alex hit me up when it was going on, so I jumped on for like the last like 40-50 minutes of it. Because I watched through, I showed up at like 30 minutes in, and then I watched a bunch of the stuff. I saw the preview for Marathon, and then they did the 20-minute God of War thing at the very end. So I watched through most of it. I was thrown aback by a lot of how much like blood and gore and like nasty, I wouldn't say nasty shit, but like yeah, just like horror stuff. That dude that fell and squished on the rock, that was awful. That one hit me hard. I was like, ugh. Just felt like everybody was getting murdered badly. I was just like, oh, these are the games that they're coming out with? You're talking about Ill? Is that the name of the game? Yeah, that one was rough. We gotta jump! And your option, like the button options were jump or push what's his name. And I don't know what they chose when they played it, but it was just like, yeah. That was a pretty a gruesome take to put right there in the same studio as Atomic Heart. Don't know that game at all either. Oh, BioShock. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I never got into the BioShock games. Like, when I was working at GameStop and that came around and everybody was so excited. Like, the technical aspect of that game, everything else, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. But at the same time, the content of stuff, I was just like, it's not for me in that way. Like, I couldn't get behind it in any way. I was just like, that's all right. But there are lots of people that love that type of stuff, the psychological thrillers, horrors, a whole bunch of that stuff. My son just went and saw The Backrooms, talking about all of that stuff too. And he's like, I love psychological horror stuff where it just fucks with your brain. And I was glad that they didn't just go into the, murder, blood everywhere kind of thing. Like, it was, like, he enjoyed that. Kids love Backrooms. They do. I think it's a natural progression, right? They used to love getting in the back of vans. So Backrooms seems a natural progression, right? I feel that's how that works. We are Backrooms, we carry the flame. Silly. Oh yeah, what about clips? I've seen Mac Dixon playing Destiny a bunch, talking about a bunch of stuff. It's actually been interesting to see a lot of the creators coming back, talking about things, talking about each other again, and a lot of that. So it's been fascinating. A lot of hubbub. Backroom was never about in-your-face horror. It's always been about the fear of the unknown being real. Yeah, that's what my son, because him and I are very similar in that way. We're not into the in-your-face horror. Our Dreamer's cousins are. They love that type of stuff. I've never found myself enjoying that type of stuff, and I don't know. Never been my thing. I think I got traumatized by early clown movies in the 90s. What was that one? What was the name of that one where they would spin the people of the town into the cotton candy? They were actually alien clowns, but whatever. That one fucked me up. That one fucked me up. That one's not even that bad, but... Got a lot of dead space here that I could do something with, but I don't know what. That's right. That's fine still, even though we've added blue sky. That's fine. Maybe if I find something along those lines, maybe a square one. Think about this. I have to make my own. I'd have to make my own. The pegboard, that's different. Okay, so let's go dot pattern. We've got. Okay. Pick that at the moment. To here, shapes, square. Sometimes when they don't have what I want, I just was like, you know what, I'll just make it. The best option. At least try and see what happens. Okay, that's better. Give me a little fun here, but I need to move this one at least down to here. Very least. Get a little shorter. There we go. Then it makes sense that they are overlapping and going off of there. Cool. Like that. If I wanted to put something in these two blank spots, I could. What would I want to put there? I already got the little best friends thing here. A lot of corkboards have sticky notes or pins in them. Okay. We are moving on to our first ad break here in about 2 minutes. So I actually need to move one of my cameras. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now should be. There we go. There she is. There's our assistant. Just chilling today. She was outside for a little bit. I think she got warm. It's funny because sometimes she'll just rotate between shade spot to sun to shade spot to sun. It's rare that she just like, nah, I just want to come in. Maybe she just wants to be comfy. I don't know. Just chillax in here. She'll want to go back out at some point here shortly. But Alex, you made me stay up too late last night. I'm tired. Ugh. Excuse me, Vern made me stay up too late last night and I'm tired. You're welcome. I did have fun. That is the funny part. I know, like, everybody's just like, I'm sorry you have to come try do this with me and blah blah blah. But I'm like, I genuinely have fun trying to do that stuff, do the hard things and figure things out. It's just whether or not people are willing to spend the time for it. That's the big kicker. So, I don't know. We're gonna be doing our 3-minute break, so stick around. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Sunny says, I'm old now. Yes, we are all old now. So that's not unique to you, my friend. I'm sorry. Alex, I'm not sorry. I'm just upset Destiny doesn't like me. Destiny likes you. But it's a love-hate relationship is the thing. You gotta love to hate it, and it's gotta love to hate you. That's how that works. Sunny, I don't go past midnight these last couple of days. I've stayed up. So I'll show you guys. One of the things that I got to do yesterday is I actually got to go to our local news station and do a spot on the news. So that's going to be my weekly video this week, is going and doing that for our local Sierra Arts Foundation and the Book Fest event that we're going to be doing on Saturday. So I spent most of the night from Monday into Tuesday not sleeping because, nervous as all get up is essentially what was going on. So yeah, did not sleep hardly at all, stayed up thinking about all of the things and stuff, and then on last night ended up staying up with Vern and Ichabus and Alex doing hard dungeon no, whatever the heck that activity was, but had fun at both of those things, but it is very mentally taxing for sure. So I'm eating shit a little bit right now. Pardon my language. I'm tired. I'm worn out a little bit. Oh my god, love the board with the Polaroids. Pixon, it's super cute. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I remembered that I have to do... I'm going to put together my KidLit Thursday post for tomorrow, so... I love these little stickers, so... I was just like, oh, let's make a little board for them and make that the post for tomorrow, so that'd be fun. I did a pre-birthday stream last night, and by the end I was like crashing. It's midnight now. Well, yeah. So is today your official birthday then, Sunny? Is that what we're hearing? Hey, thank you, Dreamer, for putting your points in. We are at 95% complete with our challenge now, so we are close. It says 28,840, so we are 1,200 away. Well, happy birthday, my friend. I wasn't sure if it was like your Star Citizen birthday or your birthday, or could have been somebody else's birthday too. Hey, we did it. That last bit of points put in pushed us over 100%, so Sora gets her treat now. How about that? You guys did it. It was just delayed. That's all it was. Happy birthday, Sunny. Happy birthday. I can't sing other songs for legal reasons. Okay, got some treats here. We're gonna give them to Sora. Give me a second, because she deserves all the Treatos, because she is a good girl. Okay, we're ready. Let's go over here. She already knows. She knows. Hi. Yes, thank you. Oh yeah, right there in that camera. Go to camera 1. You guys wanted a big nose right in your face, right? This is what you wanted. What's this? Is it over here? Wait for it. Is it down here? Wait. How about right there? Right there. You ready? Wait, hold on. She's gonna be extra gentle with it. Okay. There you go. These are salmon jerkies. These are really good. She likes these a lot. Wait. Good. Very good girl. Good. Gotta wait. Wait. Okay. Okay. Good girl. Okay, let's back up a little. Just she knows she's supposed to wait for command. Even though she wants it right off the bat. She thinks we're handing it to her right away. She knows if it doesn't come out of my hand and she hasn't heard the word, that she's just like, oh yeah, forgot, I'm not supposed to take that. Okay. Thank you, good girl. How about that? We got some Treatos. Woohoo! You want to go outside? Let's go outside. I'll take you outside. All right, I'll lead her outside real quick, and then we'll be back, and we'll keep going with our stream. So, yay! Let's go. He's like, there's no treats out here. What the heck? This is not what I signed on for. Yeah, good little salmon treats for her. She likes those a lot. Tried to work with her a bunch where she doesn't just take things out of people's hands. Because there's a lot of dogs that get like nippy and they'll bite your fingers and stuff like that if they, from getting fed like that a lot. So we worked pretty hard with her to realize that she's getting something special, but she also has to wait for command, and she can't like bite your fingers off to try to get it. But you definitely see, like, when you put it near her, she's just like, I'm gonna mouth that. Oh, nope, not ready yet. Okay, cool. I'll back off. And she comes back for it. She always likes to go out to the bathroom after she goes and gets a treat, so we'll see what she wants to do after that. Okay, back to this. I still feel like I've got a little empty space here. I taught my dog, you wait when eating. Yeah, it's a really good skill to have, and to not like have them jump all over stuff, like when things fall on the ground. Because you definitely don't, like, if you drop an ibuprofen or chocolate or something like that, you don't want them running over and snagging that and not thinking about it. That'd be really bad. It'd be terrible for them. So making sure that they know when it is and isn't appropriate. We have a couple keywords that we use with her. She has to get the okay to be able to go outside. She has to get an okay to take something from our hands. And then, like, if we spill something in the kitchen, we'll call her and be like, clean up. And then that's her word that she knows that she can come and clean up the food that we've spilled on the floor, that's okay for her. Otherwise, then she's not allowed in the kitchen at all. So basic commands, ideas, just to keep her safe, keep everybody safe. So then when I tell them come here, they can eat. That makes sense. Back when they were still alive. Yeah. No, good commands and letting them know what's going on is not just good for the people, it's good for the animals too. Like I feel like Sora has responded very well to knowing what's going on, and by having those commands she can always look to us to see what's going on, kind of things. And we talk about them like commands in that way, but it's literally just communications with them, right? It's one of the things, like when we were early training her to do walks around the neighborhood and stuff like that, I would always stop at sidewalks whenever we would cross streets and stuff like that, and I would always make sure that she always had to sit. She had to put her butt on the ground when we would stop, so that we could look both ways and stuff like that. And even if I went to walk or raise my foot or whatever, she had to pay attention to what was going on so that we could cross safely. So I would give her the command cross when we were good to go. So it was always a fun little game that we would play a little bit, where I would like lift my foot and start to go, but I wouldn't say the word, and she would think, oh, it's time to go, and then I'd have to stop her and be like, no, you have to wait for cross. Cross is the word you need to be safe to be able to get across this thing. And then we would do that. She would get a bunch of treats and stuff like that. That's one thing that we always carried with us, was treats. The Dreamer still carries treats with her whenever she takes Sora on a walk. Just always reinforcing that stuff and that communication. It's good stuff. It's fun little games to play. What else would you put on a cork board? Pins. People put pins. We got photos. Do other designs and stuff like that. It feels kind of, not necessarily barren on this design, but I definitely am feeling things about the openness here on these two spaces. It's not horrible, but it's giving me some recommendations. Do I like these better? Yeah, I kind of like these better. Don't mind those, but this is more indicative of what I have at my house. There's a button. Scrap piece of paper. Some cardboard. A camera? Overhead camera? What? These are weird recommendations. I don't know, what do you guys think? What else would be, what do you think we could fill in here on this board in these little spaces? Either a saying, an image, something maybe. Maybe some little objects. Yeah, I don't really like those. I want this one, but can't have that one. I wonder if I have, oops, no uploads. I don't think, I'll look in my old files, see if I have anything down here. I could put photos of the cats up there, being cute. Together. Oh, now my fingers smell like fish. Oh my god, real photos with the cartoon ones would be so cute. This dreamer. I could see what I've got. Got a whole folder full of photos with the two of them. It doesn't really show off my art and illustration work, though. The whole idea behind the KidLit Thursday is to kind of, I don't want to say promote your projects that you're working on, but to kind of highlight your work, kind of your style, things you're proud of in that way. Why not you took the photos? I think it's more for the illustration stuff than anything else. Not sure. Look at that. My art director's telling me what to do again. She's trying to convince me. Put up a grocery list, have it say treats on it, maybe cat litter. No, that's not a bad idea. I'm trying to think if I had any other. I could do some of this other stuff, kind of like little stickers. Trying to think of what I have on me that wouldn't be too difficult to use like this. Got those. Got the plant. Got the bird. Our bee friend here. Do I not have? I thought I had his jungle gym too separated, but maybe I don't. Do have the little books. Yeah, yep, I do have book 2 as well. Yeah, I'll fill it in with like these little guys, these like little mini stickers. I think that would work. Yeah, I think that'll work. It gives it a nice little fill in. I do still like the grocery list idea. Might put a scrap piece of paper or maybe a post-it note because I saw that was a thing. Maybe I'll put this sticker up here in this top left-hand corner of the little book number 2. I'm gonna put a little post-it note down there. Something like that. This note. Let's see. Let's see what free options they have here. Yeah, that's not bad. Good suggestion there, Dreamer. Put that there. We'll probably put a couple of line items on there. That would be fun. So let's type out can I make a little checkbox? Is that a thing I can do? Let me look through all my assemblage stuff here. There's a box. Aha! You can't do that there. That's funny. One of the options. catnip, toys, new book. We've got cat treats, litter, more toys. Could be like more cat toys. Let's see. I want those 4 things and this. More toys and definitely new book. Okay. How about that? Does that work? Cat treats, litter, more toys, book number 3. That's fun. Gives a little fun, right? Yes. Okay, cool. Let me get rid of this spot. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll be fun. That'll be a good one. I was going to change this bottom color of this bottom half. I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I like that one. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and share that. Let's download it. Current page. Do I want to do this in... Let's do PDF print, because that'll save it nice and big. Download. Love it. Have to head out. Love ya. Bye. Bye all. Thank you, Dreamer. Thanks for coming by and helping. Always good to have her help out. Always coming up with good ideas, that one. She's a good apple. I guess I'll have to keep her. I guess. I guess we'll have to stick together a little bit longer. That seems fair, right? Okay, cool. So this is our next piece of things we need to do. Doop, 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 doop. One more. Perfect. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. Okay, we're gonna just not do the things. Thank you. Okay, so we have enough room for maybe 2 more. I did cut one. Let's do, look at that goober. Let's do that. That. Do we need these last 5 seconds then? Probably not. We got all of that in. Should be good. I wish I could stretch that out just a little longer. It's only 8.5 seconds. Is there a way? I can stretch it out for 1 more second. Over there. They make us smile a wave. That's their little promo that they put up online. Smile a wave, boys, smile a wave. Let me make this longer. What's happening here? We want to split, we want to change the speed. Please let me do whatever I want to them. Okay, that's cool. So now I gotta figure out, I want to make that. Okay, why won't it let me do this? Should be able to move that. Okay, why won't you let me do that? There we go. So repeat itself. Let's bring that down to like 9. Do 9 seconds and see how that works. Guess technically I could repeat it myself. No sound. It's still repeating? We're at 9 seconds, should only be 8.4 long. That's a new video. Automatically doing it. That's good. We're gonna do some little trickery here. Shouldn't need that anymore. Okay, cool. Got it. So now I just gotta get them placed correctly and we should be fine. I don't know if I like that. I think there's a way. Create component? What is that? That's new. It's a premium feature. I should have known with the whole thing. Should have known. There's a way to like. It's not the trim. It's not a video speed. You can do it with audio. I don't think you can do it with video. There's a way you can like fade them out to each other. Oh, I'm a goober. I already know how to do that. Animate. Fade. On exit. Okay, not bad. Probably could use maybe a half second more. Come on, why is it doing this? That's dumb. Should be able to make this video clip longer. Why is it not letting me do that? I hate those features. Interesting, that one shows double errors. That one only shows single. It's silly that I have to do it this way. Should only be 8.4. There it is. Let's bring this down to 9.4. So weird. Something wrong with that. Okay, cool. That should work. What was our transition here? The fade. Cool. Not too bad. Is there anything that can make that better? Don't want to do a blur. Pulse rotate. Neon stomp drift. No. I want it to stay exactly where it's at. Try the wipe, see what happens. I mean, it's noticeable. To say the least. Gotta be the fade on exit. Feels like the program's being weird. Okay. Badge doesn't do anything for me. Low is not too bad. Let's see. Do we want to transition from okay, there's a bunch of junk back here. We can get rid of that. Delete. Background on this one. No. I don't even know where those weird. I don't even know where that's coming from. Wait, why do I have two of these? Oh yeah, that's right, because one's the background. Beep. Wish I knew what the heck that was in there. Aha, there it is. Like it's not, it was doing something dumb. It wasn't giving me what I wanted. What I needed. There we go. Fixed it. Yeah, it's just a basic feed. Resolve. 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 There we go. Wow, that gave us a lot of extra seconds. So what we can do, so we've got 12 extra seconds that we can add to this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 frames. So we can add like half a second to each one. Each frame here. This one already got squished down. That one got double squished down. So that can go up to 4.5. 4.5. Or we could just like not do it. That's cool. 5. There we go. That one worked. Okay, so now we're all the same. So now we have 11 seconds. So we should be able to add. Let's make these all 5 seconds. Come on. 5.5. Okay, that puts us pretty close. That's about 4 seconds each one. Yeah, 4 seconds. So we can't go much more than that. We could go 4.7, 4.7. That should get us, yeah, 15. Okay, cool. Hopefully we don't need anything else for that. All right, peoples, we are down to 1 minute before our last ad break for the day. We'll go, oh, she's outside passed out on the deck next to her crystal, which she did knock over on her own, so she was napping with it a little too hard and knocked it over. But yeah, we're gonna do our 3-minute break. We'll come back, do a little bit of cleanup stuff, talk about what's going on the rest of the week. We got a little bit of change going on Friday, not to mention stuff going on next Monday, or we're not gonna have a stream. So we'll talk about that stuff when we get back, and then we'll go from there. So stick around. We'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of his suicidal mania.
Okay, I returned. Wanted to do some fun things real quick. Whee! Just for funsies. Move our little friend around here. Because I can. And I can do fun things like that. All right. So I'm gonna keep working on this. Try to get this all set up and ready for tomorrow. Because I got a bunch of stuff going on. Got KidLit Thursday coming out. That was our postcard that we worked on here at the beginning of the show. That's looking really good, so I'm very happy with that. And then got the rest of my video to work on, and then got to go pick up the great grandma for our final outing before school is out. So I know I've said it many times before, but we go pick up great grandma, take her to pick up daughter from school, and then we go get a little treat. Kind of our way of spending time with the great grandmas and the great grandpas. Just doing our little parts to give them a little fun during the week, because we've got the ability to do so, which is nice. So we're gonna get off, go do that, and then I am going to try to rest, because we've got the Sierra Arts Book Fest coming up on Saturday, which will be an all-day event that will actually go from let's see, it says 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we have to get there at 8 for setup and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a long all day thing. So I will be gone. And then Sunday is my son's high school graduation party. So busy. With that, because it is the end of school, the last day is actually Monday, so the kids actually have a half day on Friday and Monday coming up. So I will be doing a little bit shorter. I'll only be doing a 2-hour stream on Friday, and then Monday I won't be doing a stream at all, because we will have guests staying with us. Daughter will have a half a day of school, so I'll have to drop her off and then go pick her up real quick, kind of same thing. So yeah, it'll be, we will be back. We've got a short stream on Friday, and then we will be back on Wednesday of next week for more art streams. So we should be getting close to our, let's see, Friday will be episode 154. 155 will be next Wednesday. So that actually means that next Friday will be episode 156. So that will be technically one full cycle of a whole year's worth of streaming live 3 days a week here on Twitch. So that actually works out kind of well. So hopefully, I don't know if we'll celebrate or if we'll just kind of keep doing our things. Should be celebrated, but I don't know how to do that quite yet. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But oh, Alex, did I miss Sora's treat? You did. I'm sorry, my friend. Yes, we did go give Sora a treat. We did accomplish that. So do you want to give her another treat? We can give her another treat if you want. You ready for it? I don't mind. She loves treats. We'll give her treats all day. That's fine. She would not be disappointed in that. She's just hanging out right here anyways. Always more Treatos. Okay. Then I'll give her one more, and then we will sign off while she's sitting there munching away on that. So give me 1 second. I'll go do that. There you go. She got her treat. She got the waggy tails. Happy dog. Oh, now she's got to get it up. She put it down on the deck like a goober. I was wondering how she was going to get that up off of there. She won't let it. She won't let it go, that's for sure. So. Happy dog. Happy dog. Always more Cheetos. Just a happy dog, yes. Alright, Alex. Thanks for coming by. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Dreamer. Thank you, B-Shack. Thanks everybody for dropping by and hanging out for a little bit. Giving your points towards our assistant here. So starting next week then. Today's Wednesday. Starting on Friday, we will have a new assistant that we will be working towards getting a treat for. So stay tuned for that. New assistant, yeah. Gotta figure out a new assistant. So stay tuned. I will see you all on Friday. Slightly shorter stream. And then no stream Monday, so we'll figure it out. No kittens, no puppies, no fish. We're getting a falcon. Ah, damn it. I ruined it. Damn it. Kangaroo? Where do you think I live? That's true. I think there is one out at our animal arc, so you never know. All right, peoples. Have a good day. I was going to say something else, but I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah. No, let's leave it there. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Alex, for hanging out. I will see you all on Friday. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.